Okay, I know. I was very overdramatic at the end of the last episode with the 3 draws in a row. I'm happy to report normal service has been resumed. We're winning lots of football games. We're still unbeaten Serie B. I'm just hoping that it doesn't all fall apart today, because if it does, I'll be a very sad man. Hello there, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 3 of Let's Go Parma. I'm Stubo. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode, where we are going to be playing against Ascoli, and then, you know what, I haven't actually decided. I think we're going to go to the Italian Cup second round against Salernitana. I think we're going to do that, and then I guess next episode will be the January transfer window. I think that's probably going to be what we do. If that does sound like a plan to you, please leave a like on the video. Consider subscribing to the channel as well for more Football Manager awesomeness. Since you were last with me, we've played very good football, as I think we've already shown for the majority of the season, other than that little run, which I did have a bit of a paddy about in the last episode. Sorry about that. But yeah, we've won 4 out of our last 5 games, 1 draw in the middle. The draw is one of those that I can take on the chin. We had a very makeshift defence. Obviously, Rispoli has been a starter for us. Osterwolde has been, although he's gone off the boil. So at this point, he's actually been replaced in the team. And as you can see, Valenti's very much been a backup for us for the majority of the time. And Danilo, that's his one and only appearance so far. All 3 of our other defenders were on international duty, and there's not a thing we could do about it. So we just made do as best as we could. We avoided getting a loss, and that's all we can really do, if I'm being completely honest with you. But other than that, it's 3-1s, 4-1s, 3-2. This was concerning. We were 3-0 ahead, and then we let them get 2 silly goals back, and it was very frustrating. One of the goals as well, it might have been the first one. I'm not going to show you it. But one of them, Buffon saved it, spilled it, and the defender, who I think was Osorio, didn't do anything. It was a bit disappointing, really. So we're doing okay. Silly thing to say. We're doing very, very well, and we are coming up against Ascoli in this episode, who I can't remember where they are in the table. Actually, let's have a quick note before we go ahead. Ascoli are 8th. They're 8th level on games with us, but they have 22 points. We have 37. They have got as many points as we have a goal difference. Let that sink in for a second. Basically, Inglese is the top goal scorer, best player in the league. He's overtaken his rival Moreo, Brunetta and Totino, level with Lissi for assists in the Serie B, and player of the match, Inglese. Inglese really has stepped up to be one of the best players. In fact, one of these games, I think he got a hat-trick. Yes, it was the 4-1. Got a hat-trick there, assisted with the final penalty as well. Vasquez has started to play well. He's actually displaced Pandev out of the team in that attacking midfield role. But today he's not going to be playing there. Today he's actually going to be playing as a central midfielder, because our main central midfielder in that position, Sciattarella, is currently suspended, which is frustrating because he's actually started to play really well. 3 goals and 3 assists so far this season. In that box-to-box role, he's just been driving forward with purpose, and it's been a lovely thing to see. But not available for this game. So we put Vasquez back. We're actually changed him to be a box-to-box midfielder, so Pandev can be the playmaker as an advanced playmaker. The team's started to work well with that position, mainly with Vasquez there, though. And to be honest with you, Soam has not really impressed me recently, and neither, if I can find him. Where is he? Where's the moany little so-and-so? Neither has Juric. Juric has been moaning about a lack of playtime. He actually was... Was he injured? No, he wasn't injured. No, he's just not been playing very well. So I haven't been playing him. And as you can see, 6.4. I think these 2 were actually friendlies. So, not going to play well. I'm not going to play you. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. We're going to get into the game against Ascoli. And this is the 11 that is going to hopefully get us to another win. It's Buffon in goal, Rispoli, Graemel, Osorio and Cabot in defence, Vasquez and Sobotka in midfield, with Tino, Pandev and Brunetta supporting Inglese up front. Without any further ado, let's go. Hopefully, yet another win in this game, but I mean, anything could happen, let's be completely honest with you. This is a team we should be beating. I mean, look at their form. Oh, my God. So we've had 4 wins and a draw. They've had 4 losses and a win. My word, what a poor run of form they're on. So all of their good form must have come at the start of the season, and now they're just kind of bombing from the looks of things. That's what it kind of feels like, but hopefully we can continue that poor run of form today, and we can just put them to the sword and not really worry about them. That's the hope. Whether that is what happens or not, I don't know. We have already, as of the start of this game, built up an 11-point gap at the top of the table. Something catastrophic has to go wrong with this team for us to not get promoted. It could happen it could happen. They've got Nicola Leali in goal. I feel like I've said this about most of the players I come up against, but almost every player I see is a player I've used at some point to great effect in a former FIFA game, and Nicola Leali is one of them. Inglese now to Brunetta, Pandev, gets it into Totino, and Totino buries it, and it is 1-0 to Parma. Totino, by the way, it's going to be between him and Inglese at the moment as to who is the best player of the season. From the beginning of the season to now, at the end of the month, they have both been fantastic, and they combine kind of there. I mean, I say combine. There's two of the players involved in the moon between them, but that's not the point. The point is they're both very much involved in a lot of the good things in this team, and Totino's just been fantastic. I'm so glad that his loan is made permanent, and there's nothing we have to do about that. It's already something that's been agreed. I'm so happy about it because he is a fantastic player for us, genuinely. Vasquez not having the best of games. Brunetta's having a shocker. Cabort's not having a good time either. And they have a deep free kick, which concerns me a little bit. If we could defend that, that'd be great. We defend it a little bit. A little bit of a defence. Not a lot, if I'm honest. Fedicchioli, I don't know how to say that. Maestro to Caligara. Gets it back to Belushi. They're just passing the ball around. Hopefully we can nick the ball off of them and worry them a little bit. But no, we're letting them pass the ball around. It's a nice little ball on the inside. And Buffon managed to catch it. That's okay. That is okay. Yeah, some worrying performances out there, but every now and then some of our players have had this. In particular, we've got a real left-back issue. Cabot has the odd good game. And Osterveld, I think it is. Oh, I forgot his name. The other left-back, I'll let you know when we get to half-time. They kind of alternate between having good games and bad games, and it's really unpredictable as to what they're going to have. And Inglese has just calm as you like made it 2-0. Roberto Inglese, I slagged him off big style in episode 0. I said he wasn't going to probably score a lot of goals for us. His previous history makes it look like we probably need another striker. We don't need any such thing. And who got the assist for it, by the way? Totino. Totino has been incredible for us. And I hope it's not just because he's a Serie A player playing in Serie B. Serie A. Serie A. Thought I'd learnt it. Obviously I haven't. I don't know whether it is just that. Osterwald, yeah, Osterwald, he's the one. He's left back. But yeah, I don't know whether it's just because of that. Maybe I'm hoping that if we get promoted, when we get promoted, I'm really hoping that it isn't the case that he then just drops off a cliff. Because it could. The idea of that concerns me because he's been so good for us. I don't want his performances just to completely nosedive. I like him as a player. I think he's really, really good for us. Not just a provider, but a scorer of goals as well. Brunetta does do that a little bit as well, but as you can see, he has the occasional performance like this where he's just so average. A 6.5 is not good at all. And we've let them have a throw-in in our half. That's unacceptable. They throw it in, well, they whip it in, and it just doesn't go anywhere. And now they're going to try and recycle the chance. Go from midfield, and we've managed to clear it. Vasquez now to Rispoli. Pandev to Inglese. Inglese leading the line. He has got options out wide, but they're not the best options. Brunetta now. Lovely little touch from Brunetta. Can he salvage a better rating? Gets it to Inglese, and Inglese buries it. But is it going to count? The referee is having a look at it. I don't think I've had a goal disallowed when it's gone to the referee and the VAR decision making yet. I think all of them have been allowed so far. Like that one. That works beautifully. Brunetta gets the assist. It's a lovely weighted pass. He just beats the offside trap. Inglese. He's not the quickest, but he was quick enough there. Against the post and in. 3-0. Happy, happy days. Oh, I love that. Let's see how close to offside it was. So Brunetta passes it there. Oh, I tell you what. From that angle, it did look like Inglese was offside, but obviously he's not. So I'm moaning. I'm okay with it. Interested to see whether the manager has a moan about it after the game. We are going to go to substitute clock, however, and everyone's now having a good game except for Vasquez, who's not playing in his natural position. We are going to rest him because he's played a lot of football recently, and I think he does deserve a bit of a break. I'm going to bring Soam on. We'll swap him and Sobotka around. I'm going to leave Inglese on because he's on 2 goals, so he's on a hat-trick. Totino, however, is going to get a rest. We'll bring Dennis Mann on, who's been really, really good for us recently. And we are going to actually take Rispoli off, who's played a lot of football as well. We could also make a 4th change. Do you know what? Greenwood can come off for Below. Below's had a lot of football recently. He's played some good games. Let's get him out there, get him some more football. And then we've got one more change for the 80th minute or thereabouts. But this has been a very, very good performance from us. It's a very similar performance to a lot of our games. We are just so much better than a lot of these teams. I mean, we've dominated these guys particularly well compared to some others, but This is fairly typical of us, I'm being completely honest with you. Also, look at Cabot. He's got up to a 7 rating. Considering how he started, I'm very proud of him. Very proud of him for turning that around. And he's earned himself a bit of a break. We're going to bring Osterwald on and see if he can get a good few minutes on the pitch as well. We'll just pat him on the head as well. I would like to take Inglese off, but I'm not going to take him off while he's on a hat-trick. That would be utterly ridiculous. I just don't have the heart to do it. I'm going to drop a little bit of praise right about now. And... oh, if we concede a late goal, I'm going to be so disappointed. We have such a bad habit of just conceding late goals. And it is the one frustration with this team. We do, when we're a few goals up, switch off a little bit. And Buffon is completely at fault there. Like, we could have got the ball off of them earlier, perhaps, but... it is Buffon's mistake. Buffon dives the complete wrong way. Maybe he was unsighted by another player. But Juan Luigi Buffon, I am actually going to berate him because that was a really, really poor thing. And we might actually concede the second here. And you know what? It's nearly a carbon copy of the last game where we are 3-0 up and we just throw the clean sheet away. I mean, if the clean sheet was worth a point, I'd be furious. I really would. It's hard to be unhappy with the performance that we've had. Obviously, defensively, we've looked really good until the very end. I mean, they didn't test us a lot defensively at all, so maybe that defence wasn't that good in this game. I mean, to be fair, we did substitute 3 parts of the defence off. Maybe that's on me. I find it very, very, very difficult to be unhappy about that, but Buffon could have done a little bit better. But do you know what? Take it as it is. Puts us on 40 points on 16 games played, which is phenomenal. No losses yet, 4 draws, 12 wins. We've got a plus 24 goal difference, which is fantastic. Inglese gets another couple of goals and pushes ahead even further on the top goal scorer chart. What a performance. What a performance indeed. Right, I am going to play the next couple of games in the league, which are against Cosenza. Pisa and Cosenza. I missed the Pisa game completely. We'll go and play those 2 games against Pisa and Cosenza, and then we'll come back against Salernitana for the Italian Cup second round. Don't go anywhere. And we are back and we are ready for the Italian Cup game against Salernitana. But before we do that, let's have a quick look at the 2 games that we've just played. One was a 0-0 draw against Pisa. This one was frustrating. These 2 games are kind of a mixed bag, each of them having something the other one didn't. This one had a solid defensive performance, which was needed because Pisa actually really came at us in this game. But we were toothless in attack. Game against Cosenza, we were very good going forward, but my word, we were leaky at the back. It was really frustrating. It is, however, the first good game that Stanko Juric has actually managed to have, so that was definitely something to Tino. Very much the star of the show, like I said, probably our best player so far, although I haven't mentioned him really. Jordan Osorio has been very, very good at the back for us, but 4 points from 6, not ideal, but certainly not bad. We're still well on our way to getting promoted as champions as it stands. But enough of that nonsense. We are here for the cup game against Salernitana. I'm having to look at that every single time I see it. And this is the 11 we're going to be taking forward in the Italian Cup. It's Buffon in goal with Spoli, Valenti, Osorio and Cabot in defence. Sobotko and Juric in midfield with Totino, Pandev and Brunetta supporting Inglese up front. This is not as rotated as I was going to make it because I didn't realise Salernitana are actually a Serie A side. Admittedly, they're a Serie A side that's currently in the relegation zone, but they're a Serie A side. So we've kind of kept it to a relatively strong side. Giattarella is on the bench. I am kind of leaning towards bringing him back into the starting 11 for one of these 2, but do you know what? I think I'm going to leave it. I'm going to have faith with the boys. That's what I'm going to do. So without any further ado, let's go. Well, here we go. I don't know whether to call this the biggest game of the season because I think that's probably a little bit unfair if I'm being completely honest. It's a cup game. We're not interested in the cup this season other than achieving what our board wants us to do. What we really want to do is get that promotion. However, Roberto Inglese scoring in the 10th minute is definitely a way to go, and we might just be approaching the knockout of a Serie A side, and that would be fantastic. It's a Pandev corner. Osorio and Inglese nearly getting each other's way, but the confusion is enough to put the defenders off, and we go 1-0 ahead, and that is glorious. That is absolutely glorious. More of that, please, boys. More of that. That'll do lovely. But as you can see, Salernitana are getting back into the game. They are having more chances. We are coming back as well, though. We are giving as good as we are getting. But, imagine if we can knock these guys out. That'd be nice. I'd be very happy with that. Their striker's wearing the number 99. I don't know how I feel about that. They've also got Franck Ribéry in the team, and we nearly go 2-0 ahead with a Pandev free kick, which would have been fantastic. Yeah, a Franck Ribéry, who I was convinced had retired. He obviously hasn't, but I was very oh, I didn't want to say that. Well, I've just demotivated him. Okay, well, never mind. We'll just carry on. Hopefully no one noticed. I'm going to demand more from the boys. I want more. I want another goal. Let's get another goal. Let's make it 2-0. I mean, we are battering them. 7 shots. Only a couple of them on target, however. We are absolutely battering them, and we are fast approaching substitute o'clock. And oddly, I don't think it's going to be Juric who I'm going to be looking to take off. It's going to be Sobotka, who's not having the best of games. Neither is Brunetta. But Brunetta's one of these players. He'll have a poor game, and then he'll just crop up with a goal and an assist or a piece of magic and just make himself very useful. Spotting out on the ball, looking to get it out wide. He gets it to Rispoli. Rispoli going to cross it in, looking for Inglese. Inglese's there. It's saved, but spilled, and they're passing it around the back, and they needed to be careful there. But our pass is loose as well, but they launch it aimlessly towards our defence, and Osorio recycles possession. And hopefully, this could lead to another goal. It'd be fantastic. Totino's in. Totino makes it 3. That's all. Is it 3 or 2? It's 2. I thought it already said 2 when the ball went in. I don't know where I got 3 from. Full disclosure, it is 20 past 11 at night. Probably shouldn't be recording an episode at this time, but do you know what? I'll take it. 2-0 will do me plenty, especially considering they're in the division above us. That'll do absolutely in every single way. Tell you what, let's keep a clean sheet. Let's keep a clean sheet against higher tier opposition. I don't know about anyone else. That would make me feel a lot better. That would make me feel great if we could just keep a clean sheet, because it's something we don't do very often. Brunetta's in here, and like I said before, sometimes he'll have a bad game and then he'll just go and do that. It's Brunetta doing Brunetta things, and it's a joy to behold. And all of a sudden, it is finally 3-0, and that is fantastic. And it's Totino with the ball who launches it. It's Totino again. He is running the show for this team. He and Inglese are just so indispensable. Osorio at the back does the job as well. And it's 3-0, and that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So wonderful, I kind of missed that I'm going to make some substitutions. Right. I think we're at the point where we would consider fitness, I would say. Inglese is going to come off for Simi. We're going to bring Totino off as well. I'm going to protect the main man. Dominguez is going to come on for some football as well. We're actually going to rest Brunetta. And I'm even going to make a 4 substitution. It's going to be Rispoli off for Del Prato. And we'll go with those 4, bring them on. Hopefully it doesn't lead to our collapse. But we'll get some fresh legs on there. Rest some of the players who have carried us to a 3-0 result so far. And hopefully we don't completely ruin it now. Worries me a little bit. We're starting with a highlight with Salernitana. That does worry me a little bit. I do like saying that name. I really do like saying it. Salernitana. Never let me do an Italian accent ever again, or at least attempt one. Believe it or not, that was meant to be an Italian accent. Never allow me to do that again, guys. Please never allow it to happen. Why are we not winning the ball off of them? I would quite like us to win the ball. I would very much like us to win the ball next time and not let that opportunity get as close as it did, but sometimes we just can't get what we want. Right, Del Prato, it's Pandev. Oh, yeah, we just messed it up a little bit. And Franck Ribéry capitalises on it, but we intercept the pass. That is wonderful. And Del Prato hasn't had a lot of football recently due to the form of Rispoli. I'll take it. You know, at the end of the day, we've got a very good right back who's playing some good football. Fullbacks are going to be an issue next season. Of course, Del Prato is on loan. Rispoli is getting on a bit, and both of our left backs are on loan. So we do need to reinvest in our fullback situation. Hopefully, if we get promoted, when we get promoted, we'll have a decent transfer budget to be able to do that. That is very much the hope. We are at substitute o'clock for the final substitution. I don't know what we're going to make, but we could be about to lose our clean sheet. But Buffon makes the save. He wants that clean sheet. Right, substitute o'clock. Who are we going to bring off? Juric will keep on because he's still building up some match sharpness. I'm thinking Osorio. I think we bring him off for Graymore. Did we do that? Graymore's missed a couple of games just because we've been rotating the defensive options. And I think Osorio has been playing most of them, so let's give him a little bit of a break. Bring one of our star central defenders on, one of our star signings in the summer. Let's bring him on for some football. Dominguez with the header out. Of all the people, it's Dominguez, who really hasn't done a lot, but he has been out with an injury recently, so let's cut him a little bit of slack. I think that is entirely fair. Yomba now back to Gusin, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Tafazio, Vitaccio, Ribery. Lovely football from Salernitana, and they do get the goal back. And this is one where I'm not unhappy because they are in the league above us. They are effectively the team that swapping places with us almost. They're at the bottom, we're at the top. We're almost swapping around. It was lovely football from them. I mean, they've got Franck Ribery in their team. I'm going to drop a little bit of praise. And I'm really, really hoping that doesn't bite us in the backside now because I've just dropped it. And if we concede that second goal, like we keep doing every now and then, I will be really cross with this team. It's Del Prato. Del Prato is absolute... What a goal that is from Koulibaly. And I am berating Del Prato. Absolutely. Fuming with it. I mean, what a goal from Koulibaly. First ever goal for them. What is he doing here? What is he actually doing? There's a reason why I don't play him very often. Fortunately, we do get away with it. But it's the same story. 3 goals, 2 late goals conceded. Ruined the idea of the clean sheet. I'm going to say that. Defence. Not good enough. Really not good enough. And it's a shame because there's some really good performances in there. They got let down by that. But if you look, let me just quickly show you. Look at this. Obviously, this game we just played. 2 late goals. Look at this game. 3-0 up. 2 late goals. Look at this game. 3-0 up. 2 late goals. Well, 1 late goal, 1 slightly earlier goal. It's just a little bit infuriating if I'm being completely honest with you. And it worries me because at some point we are not going to get away with it. Now, granted, this one was different. This one was against a team that are absolutely not necessarily above us in terms of quality, but they're in the league above us. They are definitely a better team by virtue of the fact that they're playing it at a higher level. But we're going to be that's the team that we're going to need to beat next season. We're going to be needing to beat them. And although we have beat them that time, we could consider ourselves a little bit lucky. But do you know what? We've got through to the 3rd round. So I am fairly happy. And look who we're playing. We're playing Sassuolo, one of the bigger teams in Serie A. That is going to be a spicy meatball. I think we have to come back for that game, don't we? So we will be back in the month of January, in the January transfer window. 100% we are playing that Sassuolo game. And did we play Spal earlier in the season? Did we show that game? We didn't show that game, did we? So I think we do Sassuolo and Spal. I think they're the 2 games that we do in the next episode. That sounds like a plan to me. But yeah, I think all things considered, we're in the 3rd round of the Italian Cup. We're top, unbeaten, 44 points. Nearest team is 11 points away. We have to consider this another successful episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, do please leave a like on the video and do consider subscribing to the channel as well for more Football Manager goodness. I've been Stubo. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.